Lehigh matches on the radio, and shoes off.
Yep, he
today.
has. Yep,
No sneakers.
Yep. And I looked over last when we did this tournament last year. Right, I come in. Hey, Gimp, how are you? No shoes today. No shoes. You know, but
Throwing his frisbee around.
Yeah, he's just such a great guy, and he's teasing us, saying get Scott off the mic over here. But Scott is one of my favorite people. He and Doug Heater do an outstanding job on SEC TV. You know, covering high school matches and Lehigh matches, and just two of the really good guys in this business. So.
You know, when you think about it, those steaks are actually a great gift. They're pressure wrapped there. They're probably frozen. Probably
yeah.
makes a good ice pack for their drive home for most of these athletes, not the young ones, but those older ones.
Some
they
bumps
have
and
a tough
bruises.
time
Yeah.
getting up in the morning tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd have to win outstanding wrestler just to ice all my injuries. You know. Oh, that's a great point.
Look at the action here down on the.
Mat number 3
Mat
here.
3.
Yeah. Antonio McCree in the red. Bobby Sauselein.
I don't know. No way you can sustain that pace for a whole match. You know, sort of like what was the guy's name that wrestled Starachi in the first match and then hit the wall, tanked at the U.S. team trials?
Oh, Pat Downey.
Pat, yeah, and he's in his 20s.
I like to avoid talking about him at all costs, Scott. He's a bad stain on the wrestling community, but
he's a character.
He's made some poor decisions, and you know, he said, if I trained, I think I could have won. And there's no more important tournament in the United States of America to train for than the Olympic trials every 4 years. That is not an excuse.
I know.
Yeah,
and here's a guy. I mean, and he's got the head the size of a baseball, basically. I mean, he's had so much talent, was such a talented young wrestler, and then I don't know what happened. He kind of went off the rails, and it's very unfortunate because he wasted all that talent.
Well, you know, maybe think of his life without wrestling. How much worse would it have been? You know, he might be doing much better, even though he maybe falters every now and then. I think wrestling probably made his life better.
A lot better. Yeah, that's
not
a very
everybody.
good point.
Not everybody has a great support network. Maybe growing up or things like that. I don't know what his family situation is, but
that's true. We don't know what other
wrestling
people are going through.
help guide a lot of. Can't fix everyone, but it's certainly helped a lot of maybe young men.
Well,
that maybe have struggled when they were younger.
I saw Tom Hausnick wrote an article about a wrestler at Easton this year who had, you know, a lot of tough things happen to him throughout his life, and then he got into the Easton program under the direction of Jody Karam and Corey Keener, and really helped to turn his life around, like you said. And wrestling was one of those things that kind of pulled him out of the fire, you know.
And you used to see a lot of that when we were growing up as younger. There's, you know, I think there was less wealth, less things. It was a little harder.
Oh, yeah.
Nowadays, I think life's a little bit easier for a good number of people here. But you still need wrestling.
Yep.
And there's a lot of people that I think benefit from it.
yeah, and just with social
Lehigh,
media.
You talk about Lehigh, Aubrey
Jimenez.
Olympic trials finalist as a high school
Jimenez,
senior. They talk about the boys a lot. That's incredible. She's the #1 pound for pound, right? Flow wrestler, female wrestler in the country in high school. And she's going to Lehigh. Think about the opportunities.
All the way from Arizona.
Right? You got Stanich, you got Darian Cruz. Great opportunity for all of them.
Yeah, and then you have Mikey Labriola up there in the room now, and you know, so many. It's just wrestling has given people so many opportunities now, more than back like when I wrestled, and then even when you guys wrestled. I mean, there's so many opportunities now with wrestling, and then you talked about the NIL. I like it and I don't like it because I think people kind of lose some of the focus of what the college education and sports and everything else are supposed to be about. Then it becomes big business. It starts to become big business, you know.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that, and you know, that's why one of the main reasons Nick Saban got out of coaching that he mentioned was because of the NIL.
Oh wow!
And you know, we love to see these athletes benefiting from it, and it's